Welcome back to our channel. Today we continue to bring to the audience the latest and most dramatic episodes of Beyond the Gates, where all the conspiracies, secrets, and family tragedies blend into a complex picture that makes viewers unable to take their eyes off. In the last episode, the audience witnessed the most heartbreaking and unexpected incident since the beginning of the film, which was the tragic accident that took the life of Kat, an important character who was always present in the plot knots, whose death left a big void and raised a series of suspicious questions that made all relationships in the community extremely tense. The accident happened on a seemingly normal afternoon when Kat was on her way to meet Randy. It was more than just a date, as she seemed to have important information in her hands that could change the way she saw the events that were secretly taking place behind the gates of the luxurious Dupree community. The car that Kat was driving suddenly lost control while traveling on a deserted road, and the tragic ending was inevitable when it crashed into the barrier, causing a violent collision that killed her on the spot. The chaotic scene, covered in smoke and dust, and scattered debris became a haunting moment not only for the witnesses present nearby but also for everyone who followed the developments of the film. Kat's death was initially considered an unexpected accident, but when the police investigated, a chilling truth was revealed: the car's braking system had a serious problem. This could not be considered a coincidence, because Kat's car had been completely normal and had been regularly maintained. This discovery changed the whole situation, turning a seemingly simple accident into a deliberate murder, and the first person to be suspected was Tomas. Tomas was no stranger to Kat, because their relationship was already full of tension. In many episodes, the hidden conflicts between Kat and Tomas had made the audience clearly feel the fierce confrontation. And now, when Kat's sudden death occurred, all suspicious eyes turned to Tomas as a natural reaction. His appearance at many locations before the accident and rumors of personal conflicts made Tomas' name stand out more than ever in the investigation file. The atmosphere in the community quickly changed from grief to tension and confusion, as people began to whisper dark theories that Kat had been framed to silence her, and if so, the biggest motive probably belonged to Tomas. The next development makes the situation even more confusing when the police announced the initial forensic results showing traces of tampering with the braking system. This means that the accident is no longer an accident, but a carefully calculated murder. All the hidden evidence indirectly points to Tomas, from his suspicious presence around the garage to his undeniable grudge against Kat. The audience watching the episode is not only shaken by the heartbreaking truth about Kat's death, but also caught up in a spiral of suspicion when Tomas is pushed to the center of every accusation, making his every action, every look of his become heavy under the lens of scrutiny. What makes this episode even more thrilling is Tomas' silence after the incident. Instead of speaking up to defend himself, he chooses to keep his distance, letting all the rumors swirl around him. It was that silence that unintentionally turned Tomas into a condemned man in the eyes of many, even though there was no clear evidence. While Randy was in pain from losing Kat right before the two could meet, other ties in the community were also shaken violently. Because this death was not only a personal tragedy but also a spark that ignited a series of hidden conflicts that had been hidden for so long. Kat's death left a big gap in the story, but at the same time, the truth about her accident opened a new, darker, and more dramatic chapter, as all eyes turned to Tomas and unanswered questions began to appear. Was Tomas really the mastermind behind it, or just a victim caught up in a larger conspiracy, cleverly arranged by someone to blame him? Is there another force manipulating everything from the shadows, to hide secrets that have never been revealed? And is Kat's death just the beginning of an even more terrible series of tragedies? By cleverly constructing the situation, Beyond the Gates has turned an accident into an explosive point for the following unexpected scenarios. The audience is both heartbroken for Kat's fate and anxiously following each step of the investigation and the changes in Tomas' emotions and actions. This tension makes the episode one of the most thrilling episodes. Not only because of the tragic loss but also because it evokes a series of hypotheses, pushing the film into the whirlpool of endless conspiracies. Beyond the Gates not only brings a simple tragedy, but also raises questions about trust, betrayal, and the fragile boundary between the truth and what people want to believe. Kat's death will forever be a dark milestone that will make the community no longer the same, and the name Tomas will continue to be the center of suspicion, until the truth is revealed. Will justice find the real culprit, or are they all just being led into a maze full of traps? There are still many unanswered questions, and the audience will definitely be glued to the screen to follow every step of this case. Stay tuned for the latest episodes of Beyond the Gates to discover the truth behind Kat's death and Tomas' fate. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any exciting developments.